Hello, welcome to the 2021 Troop Cookie Manager Training. My name is Kelsey Pike. I am the Product Program and Retail Manager with Girl Scouts of Alaska, and I'm going to be walking you through this process today. This is the agenda for our training today. We're really going to take a look at the dates, give you an overview of the process. You'll get to meet all of our cookies. Then we'll also talk about some of the rewards that girls earn, troops earn, take a look at troop travel and camp credits. Then we're going to kind of conclude this training with what your role as a troop cookie manager will look like, the two systems we use, eBuddy and Digital Cookie, and give you some updates for this season. Then we'll conclude with the 4 parts of the cookie program and what to expect and how to be safe with your girls. First off, I want to say thank you so much. We could not have our cookie program without all of our wonderful volunteers. It is a very large program. The program itself serves about 1,800 girls, and we've got over 200 troops who participate every year. Girls really learn 5 major skills, which is goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. So your role is really vital, not to just the integrity of your troop, but also to Girl Scouts of Alaska. Here is a comprehensive list of our important cookie dates for this year. So all of these dates can be found inside your troop manual as well as on our website, so don't feel you need to write them all down right now. Girl Scouts of Alaska is going to be hosting a virtual cookie rally. We are doing something a little different this year. We're doing 5 skills in 5 days. So basically the 5 days leading up to the start of the sale. Every single day we're going to post a video and an activity on our website as well as on social media that relates to one of the 5 skills that girls learn. So keep an eye out for that. January 8th is when that initial order period begins and Digital Cookie opens. Girls can start taking pre-orders, they can start emailing customers with Digital Cookie. January 9th is that first round of cookie booth signups, those start at 12 p.m. January 13th is the second round of signups, those start at 7 p.m. January 20th is that third round, and that starts at 7 p.m. If you're curious how many booth spots you can sign up for, make sure to check out those specifics in your troop manual. I do also want to point out that in past years, if you had a larger troop with more than 12 girls, you were given a secondary troop in eBuddy so that you could sign up for additional booth spots. eBuddy has updated their system, so we no longer have to do that option. So you will just have your one troop, no matter what size troop you have. Our initial order period ends on January 24th, and that's also when the unlimited booth sales sign up begins. January 25th is when your troop's initial order and initial reward selections are due. So those need to be submitted into eBuddy before midnight. If for some reason you have missed that date or you've realized you've made an error and you need to update your order, you need to contact council or your service unit manager before midnight on January 26th. After that date, we cannot make any changes. Cookies are expected to arrive between February 19th and 26th. That does depend on where you're located in Alaska. On February 26th, the cookie booth sales begin. Our 50% ACH sweep from troop accounts is due on March 12th. So 50% of the balance that is owed to council minus your troop proceeds will be swept from your bank account on March 12th. If for some reason you have not been able to sell or collect 50% of the boxes that you've picked up, we will need an ACH extension form, and that is due to us by no later than 12 p.m. on March 10th. March 28th is when booth sales end and Digital Cookie will close. March 29th is the last day for troops to finish allocating boxes to girls, making final reward selections, and those are due into eBuddy before midnight. If you've forgotten to make any selections or do any final allocations, you need to contact your service unit manager or council before midnight on March 30th. March 30th is the day that all money from girls are also due to troops. March 31st is the last day for council to receive any sort of ACH extensions for the final payment, as well as a delinquent family form, and we need those by 12 p.m. April 2nd is when that final ACH sweep will occur. All troop proceeds stay with the troop, just like before. Council does not collect the proceeds and reissue those back out. Those stay with the troop. May 3rd through 7th is when we expect final rewards to arrive to your service unit. And then May 10th is when we will start the collections process for any troops or parents that have outstanding money due. So this is our cookie lineup for the 2021 program. If you participated last year, these should all look pretty familiar to you. We did release a new lemon cookie last year, which was the Lemon Up variety, which was very popular. We also had basically a refreshment of packaging, not just on the boxes, but as well as the cardboard cases that the cookies come in. I do like to emphasize that we have core and specialty cookies. Your core cookies are going to be the Lemon Ups, Do-si-dos, Tagalongs, Samoas, Trefoils, and Thin Mints, but your specialty cookies are your Toffee-Tastics and S'mores. Specialty cookies are $6 each, and core cookies are $5 each. Toffee-Tastics are the gluten-free variety, so they are not the most popular of cookie. I did include here a breakdown of what we typically recommend for you to order in terms of the variety for your booth. Thin Mint and Samoa are our two most popular cookies in Alaska. They tend to flip every year. Sometimes Thin Mints are the top seller and sometimes Samoas are the best seller. So just keep that in mind. That breakdown is also included in your troop manual that you can reference back when you're doing your initial order. Apart from the 5 skills that girls learn during the program, girls also have the ability to earn physical rewards. So this is a breakdown of the rewards this year. This can also be found on a girl's paper order card. The theme is We've Got This, which I think is pretty fitting for living in a pandemic. You know, Girl Scouts, we're strong and based on sisterhood, so don't worry, we've got this. The mascot this year is also Hope the Horse, so you will see some more horse-related items as well as in the patches. Some of the other additional rewards that we have this year are our top selling initial order troop reward. So the troop that submits the highest initial order will receive a cookie costume. And then our top entrepreneur initial order, so the girl who sells the most amount during that initial order period, will receive a field microscope.
Along with earning rewards and troop proceeds, every girl is going to receive camp credits. So those credits are not any sort of cash value. They cannot be cashed in, anything like that. Girls earn basically about 20 cents per box for day camp, and then resident camp, they earn about 35 cents per box. So you can see here that girls only need to sell about 450 boxes to get a free week of day camp, and then resident camp, they only need 650. So definitely keep this in mind. This is also in your troop manager manual. A lot of parents don't know about this, and I couldn't tell you how sad it is when I've got a girl that sold 649 boxes and she's 1 box away from getting that free camp. It does happen, so just make sure that your parents know about this benefit as well.
Aside from the physical rewards that girls earn, girls also have the ability to earn camp credits. These credits can be applied towards our day camp or our resident overnight camp. I do want to point out that due to COVID, girls who earned camp credits in 2020, we did allow to roll over towards the 2021 cookie season, or I'm sorry, excuse me, camp season. However, if girls earn camp credits in the 2021 season, we will only allow those to roll over to 2021 at 50%. So if you do not go to camp in 2021, you will get a 50% credit towards your 2022 camp season. It is also an encampment year, so if you'd like to apply for credits for encampment based on these, please just let us know. You can email customercare@girlscoutsalaska.org and we can get you set up with our registrar to do that. Credits are worth 10 cents each for troops who are on the road system, and then troops off the road system get 15 cents each. So aside from all the physical rewards and camp credits that girls earn, troops also receive troop proceeds based on every single box that a girl sells. This is a great way for your troop to fund maybe a fun adventure, or if you'd like to go on a trip, or if you'd like to do a fun event. If you are a cadet, senior, or ambassador level who would like to travel out of state or even internationally, you can apply for something called Troop Travel Cookie Credits. And this is basically where you opt out of all of the other physical rewards and camp credits, and instead we give more money to the troop that they can use towards any sort of travel. So if you are interested in traveling or you plan to travel with your troop, we do need to have those applications turned into us by January 1st, 2021. We do have an area on our website where you can read more about troop travel. I do like to point out that troops who receive troop travel in the 2020 cookie season cannot apply for troop travel credit in the 2021 season. So if for some reason COVID-19 restricts your ability to travel, we will allow you to carry those credits over to the next membership year. So if you have any questions, you can email our customer care email, and Marnie Stewart, who's our travel specialist, can get in touch with you. Now that you have a general overview of the dates and the things that girls can earn as well as learn, now it's time to jump into what your role as a troop cookie manager is really going to look like. So first, you need to be able to effectively work with your troop parents and volunteers to make sure that every girl really gets a meaningful cookie program experience. At the end of the day, this isn't just a fundraiser. It is a program for girls to learn lifelong skills about business and entrepreneurship. So if a girl hits a roadblock, we really need you to help support her in figuring out, why that situation didn't work and how you can help support her to overcome that and try again. We also need you to be a 2021 registered and background checked Girl Scout of Alaska adult volunteer. Lastly, you need to honor and live by the Girl Scout promise and law. So that means that you need to follow all policy and procedures by meeting all of our deadlines. You need to be able to communicate respectfully with your girls' parents and council. You also need to be able to conclude training, not just for with council, but also with your troop and making sure parents understand the program. And then you also need to help support other troop cookie volunteers. We are all in this together. What do girls learn from the program? Girls learn 5 central skills. We touched briefly on these earlier, and let's talk about them a little bit deeper here. Goal setting, where girls learn how to set goals and create a plan on how to reach them. Decision making, girls learn how to make decisions on their own and as a team. So they'll learn how to make decisions on how to run and promote their sales, interact with customers, and spend their earnings. Money management is where girls learn how to create a budget, how to handle money, what things cost. We want to always be able to teach them that in order to go on vacation, you have to pay the bills first. People skills, so girls find their voice and build confidence through customer interactions. They talk about their product with goals, as well as on how to resolve conflict in a positive and productive way. Business ethics, where girls learn how to act ethically, both in business and in life. They learn how to always do the right thing by their troop members, customers, and communities. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the volunteer toolkit for more information on activities that correlate with the badges that go along with these skills. There's also the new family entrepreneur pin that has launched, so make sure you check those out. That's in place of the cookie pin that we no longer have. Here's some tips for success. First thing to remember is that it's about the girls. The program is focused on girls having fun and gaining valuable life skills. Remember to read everything. Most likely you already have the information on hand. Remember to be an exemplary Girl Scout. Girls are always watching you, especially in tough or awkward situations. Don't over-volunteer. That's super difficult, and I totally understand. Just remember that you need to reach out to your parents and also lean on them for help if you're feeling overwhelmed. Ask questions. Every year something changes or there are new situations that come up, so definitely feel free to reach out to your service unit manager, maybe another leader who might be a mentor, to your membership specialist, and to the product program team if you need help. Own mistakes. This is a team effort here, and so it's okay. Mistakes happen. We make mistakes at council too. None of us are perfect people. So next is just make sure to follow procedures and policies and deadlines. These are super important. Some of these are very strict deadlines that we have very little wiggle room on. Remember to be part of the team. We're all in this together. We really, really are. Couldn't do it without you guys. Remember to be excited. Excitement and positivity is contagious, and it goes a long way. So definitely get excited this year, you guys. We've got some great stuff coming. So for resources, the Girl Scout Alaska website is going to be the best place to go to, especially for training forms and frequently asked questions. Check out the cookies tab, and then you will hit Cookie Volunteer to get a lot of that information that'll be specific to you. For eBuddy help, you're going to want to check out the Help Center, which is in the upper right corner of the eBuddy homepage. It's full of manuals and videos that you can check out at any time. For digital cookie information, I would also go to the Girl Scout Alaska website. There's a whole digital cookie tab under cookies, and it'll have all sorts of links and videos and how-to guides. VIPE Training is a training website from Little Brownie Baker. It also has things about eBuddy and Troop App Plus, which is the eBuddy app. Highly suggest getting that. They have it for majority of smartphones, Android and iOS. And there's also marketing ideas, recipes, and more. So, and littlebrowniebaker.com is also another place you can check out. As a Troop Cookie Manager, you will have two systems you work with, eBuddy and Digital Cookie. eBuddy is our inventory, order, and reward selection control. It is a way that Council communicates with leaders as well as the baker. This is the most important system that you will use throughout the season. So leaders should receive a welcome email in early to mid-December to go ahead and register and set up their troop. Make sure you reference the eBuddy how-to setup guide, which is on our website. That just walks you through all the things that you need to check to make sure that are listed correctly and make sure we're not missing any of your girls. Digital Cookie is an online selling platform. It's basically a way for girls to set up their own e-commerce website. They can add a short video. They can add goal setting and what they plan to use their cookie funds for. There's not too much as a troop leader that you need to do in Digital Cookie. I do like to emphasize to remind leaders that parents only have 5 days to approve any orders that are placed by customers that they would like to have delivered by the girl. Parents do receive reminder emails if they didn't approve it right away or if that approval is going to end soon. So another important thing is that not all Digital Cookie information automatically feeds to eBuddy, especially when it's related to girl delivery. So we're going to talk about some enhancements on the next page, but the main thing that you need to remember is that for your initial order, the day you plan to submit your initial order, you should pull a report from Digital Cookie that lists all of the orders that your girls had for in-person delivery, because you also need to include those in your order for your initial order in eBuddy. Digital Cookie orders that are direct ship or boxes that are paid for donation, those automatically reflect in eBuddy because you don't have to do anything with those orders. So we do have some really awesome Digital Cookie enhancements this year. So the first thing is that troops actually have the ability to have their own troop link this year. So it is similar to a girl link, except that there is no girl delivery option. GS USA did not want to automatically give the option for girl delivery. We didn't want to obligate any of our Troop Cookie managers to feel that they had to drive around and deliver all of those cookies. So if you have a customer who is looking for girl delivery, they do need to place an order with a girl who has that option available. These links can be disabled by council at any time throughout the sale. So if you conclude your sale early, or if maybe you'd like to focus on another route, we can definitely disable that at your request. You just need to go ahead and email us. All troops will be given the option automatically, but if you do not set up your website, then it is not active for your troops. You have to actually set up the website in order for that link to be active. Also this year, parents have the ability to turn off specific varieties for girl delivery. So say your troop has run out of trefoils, the troop leader needs to go ahead and contact the parents of girls who are using Digital Cookie and let them know to turn that variety off. Unfortunately, leaders don't have the option to turn those off on behalf of parents. New this year, parents also have the ability to enter a girl's initial order into Digital Cookie. As I was saying before, this information does not feed to eBuddy. So if you your parents to go ahead and submit their initial order through Digital Cookie, you're going to need to pull a report when you're ready to submit your initial order to make sure you include those in your initial order. Parents also have the ability to do an inventory tracking in Digital Cookie. It's more of an informational area. It doesn't feed over to eBuddy or anything like that. It's really just kind of a helpful tool for parents for inventory tracking. Of course, there are a handful of reference guides on our website that I was saying before that you can always check out, some how-to guides, and if you have any issues with your link or anything like that, definitely reach out to council. The Girl Scout Alaska Cookie Program can be divided into 4 parts: training and troop setup, initial order taking, delivery and booth sales, and wrap-up and rewards. Now we're going to take a look at the timeline of the cookie season and kind of what you need to expect as a troop cookie manager. The cookie season can be broken up into 4 main parts. In December, we do training and troop setup. Then in January, you have that initial order period. In February, there's a little bit of a break as we wait for cookies to arrive. And then at the end of February through March, we have cookie booth sales. We wrap up the season at the end of March to very early April, and then in early to mid-May is when you should expect rewards to be delivered. So for part 1, getting started and setting up your troop, eBuddy is going to open for all volunteers in early to mid-December. So when you first log in, it's going to ask you to electronically sign the Troop Cookie Manager Agreement. We are very much moving into the realm of electronic signatures. If you don't have an option to do an electronic signature, we can take a paper form, but you have to sign that form in order to have access to eBuddy. So just make sure you reference that setup guide that I had talked about before that's located on your website to make sure that all of your settings and your girls are not missing from the system. Next is, collecting forms from parents, making sure you disperse out order cards. So the cookie permission slip forms are very, very important. These forms are important because if for some reason you have a parent who does not pay the troop and is delinquent, we do not hold you as a troop cookie manager accountable. You sign an agreement saying that you are financially responsible for cookies that go into the troop possession. So by having a parent sign a permission slip, that shows that they are also financially responsible for cookies that go into their possession. So just make sure that anytime somebody picks up cookies or pays money, you have a receipt signed and completed with you, because we would need all of that information turned into us if you ever need to fill out a delinquency form. Training. As you are the troop cookie manager, you're responsible for training your troops prior to the start of the sale. So we highly suggest doing maybe a quick Zoom meeting this year, just something that would be, fun and exciting for them to get involved. There are a lot of benefits outside of just fundraising, but a lot of lifelong skills that girls can learn. So always feel free to reach out to your service manager or Girl Scouts of Alaska if you need some help or some support in training your troop. So after you've completed your training, your troop should be ready to go for the initial order. The initial order or pre-order period occurs from January 8th through 24th. So girls have 2 options for selling. They can either go around with a paper order card and collect pre-orders from neighbors, friends and family, maybe your coworkers. Customers do not have to pay for these orders at the time they are placing them. They would pay at the time of delivery. Girls also have the option of participating online with Digital Cookie. That's where we had talked about girls creating personalized websites where they send emails out. If a customer pays for girl delivery, they just prepay for the cookies right then and there. Those funds are collected electronically and sent over to council. You never have to worry about collecting the funds. It's really easy way to participate in the sale. So as I was saying before, at the end of this period, so on January 25th, that is when the troop's initial order is due. So you need to have a copy of either the paper order card, or the parent needs to submit their initial order into Digital Cookie before midnight on January 24th. That way, on the 25th, you can pull a report from Digital Cookie and you can include it in your order in eBuddy. Parents should be receiving an email link to set up Digital Cookie probably in late December or early January. So if for some reason a parent doesn't receive a link, they just need to reach out to the product program team or council, and we can go ahead and get them signed up. We always suggest that girls and families work together in Digital Cookie. It is an online selling platform. We want girls to make smart decisions. Parents must approve every single order that is girl delivered. As I was talking about before, parents have 5 days to approve an order. So if a person gets an order for somebody maybe they don't know or they don't feel comfortable delivering, they can decline that order and that customer will get a refund. So just make sure that you enter all of those paper order cards as well as those girl delivery, Digital Cookie orders, and your troop booth order into eBuddy by the 25th of January at 11:59 p.m. So once our shipper has been able to confirm with us the specific day that cookies are going to arrive, your service unit manager or council, if you're located in Anchorage, will contact you regarding your pickup day and location. What we do is we set up sign-up slots in eBuddy, and you can go in and sign up for a 15-minute interval. If you've ordered a large amount of cookies, you may need to sign up for additional time slots so that we have time to get them all loaded, have them counted, and then get you out the door. It's a really fun day. There's a lot of great energy, but it does go by pretty quickly. We ask that you show up on time, your car is cleaned out, no children, and we just load your car up and send you on your way. Anytime you are either picking up cookies, if it's from a cupboard, or if you're exchanging cookies with another troop, or even if you're giving cookies out to a parent, you need to have a receipt completed. This receipt is going to be your backup in case there's any sort of discrepancy in the system, or if a parent never pays and they are delinquent. This is all backup for you. So if for some reason you are unable to pick up cookies as a troop cookie manager, or if your co-leader is unable to come pick up, you can designate a parent or another volunteer as an approved cookie person. You do this on your contacts tab in eBuddy. This basically allows them to have a login to eBuddy, but when they log in as a cookie pickup person, they won't see anything. So they don't have full access to the eBuddy system. It just really allows them to electronically sign for cookies. Sometimes we do use a cookie cupboard app where you can electronically sign for cookies, so it is important that you remember your eBuddy login information. So booth sales take place between March 26th and March 28th. Council does set up council-sponsored booth locations at many of the corporate chains, such as Walmart, Fred Meyer, Safeway, Three Bears in the Valley, Foodland, those kind of places. We try to get as many booth spots for all of our troops as we can. There are some locations that we're unable to secure, such as maybe some of our JBER troops. They set up some of those locations on base themselves. Any of our our council-sponsored booths, we do post those a few days before the booth sale signups begin. We'd like you to be able to check out what's going to be available. You can make a prioritized list. These slots, some of them are very desired, so they go pretty quickly. And so it's always good to have kind of a backup option in case that first option is unavailable. I will say eBuddy allows you to wait list for booth slots. So if the booth you had wanted for got snagged, you can wait list for it. So if that troop for some reason drops that slot and they're unable to host a booth, you can go in, you receive an email notification and you can go in and select that booth slot. We will also be posting information closer as we get to booth sales about how you can submit a booth that maybe you have secured as a troop cookie manager. All booths have to be approved by council and they have to be in the system. The purpose of getting them in the system is, one, they are covered by insurance, and two, they would be populated on our cookie finder. So if a customer goes to our cookie finder, they put in their zip code, it's going to, and then they can select a radius, a mile radius, then your booth would actually populate on that as well as all of the council sponsored ones. As I was saying before, troops can secure their own booth locations. The main thing is that you do need to submit these into eBuddy. That is under your booth slot tab. There's a little drop down menu that says My Sales. You need to submit those into eBuddy 72 hours in advance of the sale. That either will get approved by your service unit manager or council. The things that you'll need to get that in the system is the location, the address, the time you will be there, as well as the contact person for that store. We have some more safety guidelines and recommendations inside your troop manager manual. There's some really great tips for success in there. The main thing that we recommend is bling your booth out. The more eye-catching it is, the more creative it is, the more people are going to gravitate towards going to your booth. We also recommend that girls either dress in cookie costumes or they wear their uniform. Our uniform is very recognizable. People find it to be nostalgic and they're more likely to actually purchase from you if you have a girl in uniform. If you run out of cookies, you can always pick up more cookies from a cookie cupboard. So a cookie cupboard is almost like an extension from Council, where it's basically like a bulk cookie store, and you can go and pick up more cookies. These locations are usually held in people's homes. We have a location at our council office. It's a great place for you to come and restock. So a few things with the cookie cupboard is one, we do require that you pick up in full cases. The other thing is that if you pick up cookies and you're unable to sell them, we do not take returns. Once those cookies go into your possession, they are the troop's responsibility to sell. These locations and cupboards and hours vary. There's a full list of cupboards in eBuddy. You can pick up from any cupboard. It doesn't have to be one that's specifically in your town. If there's one in the next town over that has available inventory, you're welcome to go there. The main thing, similar to Cookie Pickup Day, is you have to have an approved person in eBuddy in order to pick up cookies. We don't just let parents walk in and pick up cookies. It has to be somebody who is financially responsible and approved with that troop in order to pick up cookies. If you have questions about cupboards or approving any sort of booth location, or if you have questions about advice for trying to set up booth locations, definitely reach out to us. We are here to help. There are a few other requirements for picking up additional cookies from a cupboard. Aside from having an approved cookie pickup person, your troop does have to be in good financial standing with Girl Scouts. So if you had that first 50% ACH either get kicked back to us, returned for insufficient funds, or if you had asked for an ACH extension and you have not yet made that whole, then we will not allow you to pick up additional cookies. Also, if you are picking up a very, very large amount of cookies from a cupboard, you're going to have to get council approval on that first. Of course, physical receipts are always a backup to everything that happened in the system. So if for some reason on your transactions tab, which is where that shows all the cookies that maybe are transferred from a cupboard into your inventory once you pick them up, or if you trade with another troop and you need to update your inventory for what you took in or what you took out. If for some reason those transactions are inaccurate, you need to contact council immediately. These transactions after March 30th, there's nothing we can do. After that point, if they are a non-pending transaction, they are the troop's responsibility. As I was saying before, you cannot return any cookies. Troops are financially responsible for cookies that are picked up. The only time that you can return cookies if the box has been damaged. Now you're in the final stage of cookies. You have sold all your cookies, you completed all your wonderful booth hours, and you are ready to wrap up the sale. So in order for you to wrap up the sale, you first want to make sure that all proper money has been collected from parents and has been deposited into the troop account. If for some reason you have a parent who has not paid you on time, you do need to fill out a delinquency family form. You need to include any appropriate paperwork in terms of permission slips or signed receipts from the parent acknowledging that these things went into their possession. That way we don't hold the troop financially responsible, and instead we hold that parent responsible. You need to make sure that you allocate boxes to your girls. So this happens every year. Troops tend to forget to allocate the boxes at the end of the sale. So on your girl order tab at the very bottom, you would have a negative number. That shows those are the number of boxes that need to be allocated out to your girls. So council will always check in with you if you've forgotten to allocate. If you do not allocate your boxes, it does not help you properly select the rewards for that girl. Those two, the girl order tab on eBuddy does feed to the reward selection tab, because it's going to automatically populate and say this girl has this many rewards available. You need to go ahead and make the selections of what she'd like. So just make sure that you allocate before you select your rewards. Also make sure that you get t-shirt sizes from families. That's something that we tend to have a delay on as well with troops, is they're just waiting for a t-shirt size. So try to get that information from your parents at the beginning of the season. It'll save you some headache later on. As a troop cookie manager, you are responsible for ensuring that the troop can meet those financial obligations. So if for some reason you have not been able to collect enough money, or you need an extension, or you're having difficulty with parents paying you, please reach out to council. We are here to help. Sometimes parents need a little extra push from council to get that money to you. We are happy to make those calls if possible. If for some reason you have a check that was returned, you can submit a returned check reimbursement form. We will only honor checks that are $120 from or less, and that does include the fee as well. So if you get a $10 fee for a check that bounced back to you, we will make the troop whole, and we will go ahead and we'll coop the costs on the loss of the check. So just a reminder again that cookies cannot be returned or refunded. If there is a customer that is dissatisfied for some reason with the product, they definitely need to reach out to us. As a reminder too, all online orders are already paid for. So even if it's a digital cookie girl delivery option, that money has already been collected online and sent to council, so you never have to worry about it. That amount is automatically deducted from your total balance that is on your sales report tab, and you're able to put those order numbers into digital cookie that are on that sales report if you wanted to reconcile it. If your troop does have extra cookies at the end of the sale, definitely start to reach out to us as we get closer to the end of the sale. Sometimes there are other troops who do a large push at the end of the sale to try and do a little bit more fundraising, or maybe there's somebody who's just looking to try and take those off your hands. So definitely reach out to council or your service unit manager if you have cookies left over before the end of the sale.
This Troop Cookie Manager Agreement will be available on the Girl Scout Alaska website. We highly suggest you print it out and use this as a reference throughout the program. Please make sure to read the booth sale guidelines in your Troop Cookie Manager on specifics for booth sale etiquette. Please keep in mind that girls are never allowed to sell cookies through resale sites such as Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or LetGo. Girls should never post their full name or location. So if a parent wants to post that the troop is going to be selling at Fred Meyer's from Saturday from 2 to 4, they need to put Troop 123 from Saturday from 1 to 4. They cannot put Jane Doe will be at Fred Meyer's from 2 to 4. We also highly suggest for parents and girls to take the Internet Safety Pledge, which can be found on the Girl Scout Alaska website as well as the Girl Scout USA website.
So what's next? Now that you've completed this training and you have really just an overview of the process, it's time to kind of get into eBuddy, start playing around, start getting familiar with the system. I highly suggest you go ahead and try to log in. If you're an early bird trying to get in and you've not yet received an email to set up your account, please just hold tight. You should have access hopefully by the 12th to 15th of December. There is a step-by-step guide available on our Cookie Volunteer page. I highly suggest you take a look at that to make sure you've got all of your proceeds properly set up in the system. It just allows you to make sure that the troop is ready to go. Also reach out to us if you have any missing girls that are not on your roster, or if girls are not selling and we need to go ahead and activate them for selling this year. Next is to make sure you have an active troop bank account with updated signers. So if you need to open a bank account for your troop, now is the time to do so. There is a troop bank account form on our website that you and a second leader or co-signer needs to go ahead and fill out and return to us. We hope to have all of our booth sale locations finalized in eBuddy by early January. For some reason, there is a delay due to COVID this year. We certainly will communicate that out to all troops. Lastly is to make sure that all of your troops, all of your troop girls and volunteers are currently registered. In order to participate in cookies, girls have to have a current registration. Many girls are not uploaded into the system for eBuddy if they don't have a current registration, and we have to manually add them. So having them registered not only saves you time, but it also saves us time. So that is really important to do. I highly suggest you go ahead and take a look at all the how-to guides for digital cookie as well, so you can familiarize yourself with digital cookie. eBuddy also has a great help center in the right-hand corner that can virtually answer any question you have. So take a look at that, and then of course always reach out to us if you have questions.
This is going to conclude our training for the 2020 cookie program. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to your service unit manager, your membership specialist, or the product program team. We are all here to help. Here's some of the information for Girl Scouts Alaska specifically. If you do not know who your membership specialist is, you're welcome to email the customer care email and we'll get back to you within 48 hours. Here's also the email for the GSAK product program team, which is gsakproductsales@girlscoutsalaska.org. Thank you so much and have a successful season.
Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either your service unit manager, your service unit cookie manager, your membership specialist, or the product program team at Council. We are here to help as much as possible. You can always reach us regarding any questions for Girl Scouts at customercare@girlscoutsalaska.org. If you'd like to reach the product program team specifically, we have a new email, which is productprogram@girlscoutsalaska.org. If you've worked with us in the past, our previous product program email will be sunsetted probably by the end of the school year, but it will still be monitored, but please try to start using this new email. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out. We appreciate everything you do. We couldn't have the sale without you. So thank you for supporting Girl Scouts. Thank you for supporting your girls, and have a great season.